Won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, Won't you let the light shine through?
Hi guys, CombinedYoutuber here. Welcome to the third last round of the F1 2013 career mode today. We'll be doing Abu Dhabi, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the third last round of the 2013 career mode for season 1. We're starting from pole position. It was a shocking pole position actually, because I didn't actually expect to get it. With a 1:43.7 lap time, so well, obviously it's slow for people who are faster than me, but it's fast for myself in a Sauber. So here we are in Abu Dhabi with the pit strategy setting it up. Lap 5, on lap 4 our tyres would wear out at the end of the race, so lap 5. So I start from pole. Lewis Hamilton is starting as second. Fernando Alonso is in third. So the championship now is, well, it's not going to be me winning, unfortunately, because Hamilton's too far ahead. But I hope I can get some good points in this race as we come out on track for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Only 3 races left. You still have a chance of the driver's title, but we're going to need some good performances. See what you can do.
So, here we are on pole position in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Now coming to the lights. 5 lights here in Abu Dhabi. And lights out, and away we go for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And we get a pretty good start there compared to Lewis Hamilton. No, we don't actually, because they both passed us down into turn 1. Hamilton and Alonso, we go back around the outside of them into turn 1. Back up into first. Hamilton's on the inside. Alonso's on the inside. And, oh, what the hell was that? There was a bit of a crash noise there. We're going to see what happened. So obviously there's 3 wide coming into turn 2 there. Look at that. Some nice racing. Oh, there you go. There's an end plate. Mark Webber, I think it was, lost his end plate there in running into the back of Lewis Hamilton. So we're leading down into the chicane in Abu Dhabi. Alonso's right at the back of us now, down into the hairpin. Alonso and Hamilton are right at the back of us. Now, we're having some weird traction. I don't know what's happening there. But, here we go. Down onto the straight, where we're leading the race. And Fernando Alonso is gaining on us down into the straight. Can he go to the inside or the outside? Alonso's coming to the outside. But he doesn't quite get the move, and we're still in first place. Coming into the chicane now, lap 1 of 14, here in Abu Dhabi. Now coming into the straight, coming onto the straight. Starting lap 1, going on to the middle of lap 1 now into sector 2. Now, Alonso is coming to the inside. No, not quite. There, we move on to the end of lap 1. Where we go a little bit wide there into the final quarter. Lewis Hamilton has got up into second place somehow. So Lewis Hamilton's back up into second place, right at the back of us. On starting lap 2 of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, Lewis Hamilton is now right up the back of us now. Down into turn 1 and 2. Now coming into turn 3, a long right-hander. Lewis Hamilton's still right at the back of us, but he goes onto the curb as we keep the lead in this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix on lap 2 of 14 here in Abu Dhabi. Now skipping on to the end of lap 4, where our tyres are shot on lap 4, so there'll be Fernando Alonso taking the lead there, but we somehow held the car. So here we go, changing to prime tyres on lap 4 of this Grand Prix. We had to pit, we couldn't hold it till lap 5. Our tyres were so worn on lap 4. So here we go for the pit stop. It's a 3.150 second stop. That's pretty good. Yeah, a good last 3 stops, and we come out almost into the wall. I actually don't like that this pit exit. But we come out in 16th place behind Valtteri Bottas. Come out ahead of Daniel Ricciardo in the Toro Rosso, so it's nice. Lap 5 of 14 here in Abu Dhabi. Now it's moving on a lap later, where we're right at the back of Valtteri Bottas now. In the Williams, down into the hairpin. Can we go up the inside? Yes, we can go up the inside of Valtteri Bottas into the hairpin. And Bottas is actually fighting back, so Bottas is doing really well. So Bottas coming to the inside of us. We're side by side down the straight, and Bottas has got better straight on speed than me. But as we've got some DRS as we were behind him, we actually go back past him, and we go back up, and we go into 15th place now. And the next target is Pastor Maldonado and the Williams. Down into the chicane, lap 6 of 14 here in Abu Dhabi. Now coming onto the straight under the Yas Marina Circuit Tunnel. Moving on to Rich Mix again with DRS, but no more curves unfortunately. But now here we go. DRS now catching Maldonado down into the third sector split. Here we go. Coming into this corner where we have this chicane here. Can we go on the inside of Maldonado into this corner? Yes, we can go up the inside of Maldonado. Just about hold the car on the track, and we get into 14th place ahead of Pastor Maldonado on lap 6 now into the final corner. Coming around the final corner, we're up here on the pits, including my teammate. So my teammate's coming to the pits. So can we get out ahead of everyone? So where can we come out now? We're in 8th place, so we're ahead of those guys in the pit lane. Well, that was kind of expected, really. So lap 8, we're ahead of Valtteri. So Valtteri Bottas has stayed out, so he's in 9th place now. But Fernando Alonso's in 7th now. So here we go, coming into the final corner, lap 7 of 14 here in Abu Dhabi. What can we get up to now in these pit stops now? Here we go, coming into turn 1. What can we do now? Into the first corner on lap 8. We're moving on here, and we're into 3rd place. We're into 3rd in the podium places. We got out ahead of Mark Webber. So we're actually ahead of Mark Webber and our rival Felipe Massa. So we got out ahead of those guys. Now moving on to lap 10, as we have 2 boring laps. So this is kind of a boring race, to be honest. So lap 10 of 14, where our tyres are yellow. Now Mark Webber is coming through. So Mark Webber's actually, because I went wide at turn 1 there, Mark Webber has got a really good corner. He's now right at the back of us now. So as you saw in the replay. Now coming onto the straight now, where Mark Webber is trying to catch us down the straight. We've run out of curves trying to defend from him. But now, here comes Mark Webber with DRS, very much gaining on us. He's actually got past us. He's sped past us into the straight. But now coming back round the outside into the chicane. We've gone the inside. We've gone the marbles a little bit there. But now it's sticking with Mark Webber's sticking with us in 3rd place. Now what can he do now? Down into the straight now. Can he go back on the inside? Can he go to the outside? He's going to defend. Now Webber's coming on the inside now into the chicane. He doesn't quite get the move there on lap 10. So what can we do now? Into the penultimate corner and the final corner. No, we're coming into the pits. Well, this is actually surprising. We're coming into the pits on lap 10 for a set of options. So that's actually pretty weird. But I actually decided to do this because, well, I wanted to see what I could do with the option tyres till the end, because, well, this might have stuffed up my race, but I don't care. I just wanted to see what options could do to me towards the end. So we changed to option tyres. We missed what the pit stop was, but we're changing to option tyres for the last 4 laps of the Grand Prix in Abu Dhabi. We come out to the 11th place behind Sergio Perez, just ahead of Paul di Resta in the Force India. But we come out to the 11th place. We're going to change to options for the last 4 laps of the race. Now coming on to lap 12 here in Abu Dhabi. Now we're catching Sergio Perez. Told you the option tyres will work, but can we get some points? We probably can, because we're up the back of Sergio Perez. Can we get him with DRS? We know the McLaren is kind of slow down the straight. Now here we go down the straight, slipstream on Sergio Perez. He's coming to the outside, and we're going to defend the inside. We're coming round the outside of Sergio Perez, and that was a bit of a corner cut there, but I don't care. We're purple by 16 seconds. And we come onto lap 12, at the end of lap 12, in P10, right at the back of Nico Rosberg. We're getting really close to him, into the final corner. I don't know if we touched him a little bit there. We move up into 9th, past Nico Rosberg at the final corner. A 1:43.9, our fastest lap of the race there, which is 2/10 off our pole time, which is interesting. We're now coming into the final corner. I don't know if I touched him a little bit there, but I might have, just a slight touch. But I have no idea. But here we go down onto the first corner. But here we go onto the penultimate lap of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Kimi Raikkonen is the next guy up in 8th place at the moment. Here we go down the straight, using all of our curves. But can we get Kimi Raikkonen down the straight? Look at Raikkonen's speed. He's pulling away from us down the straight. We've got DRS and some rich mix as well to deploy. But here we go. We're catching Raikkonen down the straight towards the chicane. We can't quite get him. We actually can go down the inside, but Raikkonen is coming back around the outside. Raikkonen has held on to the position But can we get him back on the next straight here? Down onto the straight. Down towards the chicane. DRS is available now for me. Down towards the straight. Now coming to the inside of Kimi Raikkonen. Into 8th place. Yeah, we can get him into 8th place on Kimi Raikkonen. And we skip on... Oh, we don't actually skip onto anything. Actually, sorry. But now we skip onto the final lap of the Grand Prix. We move up to 8th place, taking Kimi Raikkonen. Now we're catching Jenson Button and Romain Grosjean. Can we get 6th place? We can get these two, but we've run out of laps. So if we had more laps, we would have caught the other guys. But here we go. Can we get Button and Grosjean down into the straight? Rich Mix on Jenson Button down into the straight. Button's challenging Romain Grosjean on the outside, but Button has lost a load of time. We got round the outside of Jenson Button, and we got a bit of a corner cut there. But oh, look at that! A spectacular spin on that order spin curve. That has cost us Romain Grosjean's position, but Jenson Button has got back past us. That was a spectacular spin. It was only a half spin, but we got on the auto spin curb, across the grass, and Jenson Button retakes us. That's a real shame, but here we go. On the inside of Jenson Button, into the hotel section, just about hold it on the track, into 7th place. We might not get Romain Grosjean, but Fernando Alonso has won this Grand Prix, so there's a chance he might win the championship. So we're coming into the penultimate corner. And wow, that was a terrible penultimate corner, but coming into the final corner, finishing in 7th place here in Abu Dhabi. It's been a terrible result, but I'll deal with it. I've started from pole and finished 7th before. Like, it was actually India in 2011 career mode. That last happened, so 7th place for us in Abu Dhabi.
6 points.
It's a bad result, but we still have points in this race. So we still have points, so we can still get 3rd place in the championship maybe. So Fernando Alonso wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton in 2nd place. And then Felipe Massa in 3rd on the podium. Mark Webber in 4th place. Then Sebastian Vettel in 5th. Romain Grosjean finishes 6th ahead of me in 7th place. Jenson Button in 8th. So this is obviously my worst result for Sauber. Jenson Button in 8th. Kimi Raikkonen in 9th. Nico Rosberg 10th. Wow. Sergio Perez in 11th. Nico Hülkenberg 12th. For Sauber, my teammate, does not score any points in this race. He actually kept his position in the end. Adrian Sutil in 13th ahead of Paul di Resta, Valtteri Bottas, Pastor Maldonado, Jean-Eric Verne, Daniel Ricciardo, Charles Pic, Max Chilton, Guido van der Garde, and Jules Bianchi DNF'd from the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So as you saw, it actually started to get a little bit dark at the end of the race.
You're in 4th place in the drivers'
So here's the Drivers' Championship. Fernando Alonso still leads, but not by much. He's only leading by 7 points. It's Fernando Alonso from Lewis Hamilton. Then Sebastian Vettel in 3rd, only 30 points behind Lewis Hamilton, so Sebastian Vettel's in 3rd. Then me in 4th, 49 points behind the leader, so there's no way I can win in the last 2 races. Ahead of Felipe Massa. So we're actually, 12 points behind Sebastian Vettel, so we can still beat him. Felipe Massa in 5th, ahead of Nico Rosberg. Then Mark Webber, Romain Grosjean, Kimi Raikkonen, Sergio Perez, Jenson Button, Nico Hülkenberg, Adrian Sutil, Paul di Resta, Valtteri Bottas, Daniel Ricciardo, Pastor Maldonado, Jean-Eric Verne, Guido van der Garde, Jules Bianchi, Charles Pic, Max Chilton. Ferrari are probably going to win the Constructors, as they're ahead by 48 points from Mercedes. Then Sauber, Red Bull in 3rd, then Sauber in 4th, Lotus 5th, McLaren 6th, Force India 7th, Williams 8th, Toro Rosso 9th, Caterham 10th, and Marussia in 11th place and last. So here we go. We're actually obviously disappointed with the result, because, well, we actually expected to get the podium in this race. But if we didn't have the shitty tyre wear, then we actually would have actually got a chance for the podium, but to no avail, so my tyre wear fucked me up. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and look, just check this out. So, there you go, Fernando Alonso can win the Drivers' World Championship at the United States Grand Prix, which is the next Grand Prix. So, hope you enjoyed the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It's been a terrible result, but I'll go with it. The next race is United States. See you guys on my next video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and goodbye.